I've had a fairly broad background, public, private, practicing as a lawyer, serving as a trial judge, and then for the last almost 15 years serving as an appeals court judge. And the last 3 years of those, I was the Chief Justice of the Alaska Supreme Court. So I feel I've got a fairly broad perspective on how the justice system works and what it takes to get people onto the bench who will do a good job for all of us.
This is the original printing of the Alaska Constitution.
Well, I think Alaskans were really blessed by the foresight and, frankly, the constitutional brilliance of our founders in 1955.
Here's the Judicial Council.
Right.
And it's functioned so well, it's just amazing.
So the very first part of the selection process involves nominating people to become judges, and the nomination happens by the Judicial Council, a group made up of 3 lawyers and 3 non-lawyers. The lawyers are appointed by the Board of Governors of the Bar Association, and they are selected from around the state by a vote of all the lawyers. The non-lawyers are appointed by the governor and are confirmed by the legislature. That makes 6 people on the council, and then the 7th is the Chief Justice, who sits by virtue of being the Chief Justice, but the Chief doesn't vote except to break ties. And they are charged with finding people that are qualified to be on the bench. And so they look at judicial competence, integrity, the suitability of the person's experience to be that particular kind of judge. They look for people who have a record of achievement, who have been hardworking, who have been fair. And at the end of that process, the council votes. It takes 4 votes to go to the governor to be nominated. That's the first phase of the process, and it's the merit-based phase. The second phase of the process is when the governor decides. The governor's been elected by the people, elections have consequences, and presumably the governor looks for somebody who is close to his or her general philosophy. The third phase of the process is the democratic check, and that is at the first general election, that is 3 years after a judge has been appointed to the bench, that judge goes before the people for a retention election, and the people have the final vote as to whether or not that person stays on the bench or not. It's really a brilliant system, I think. It's very well balanced, and it has proved to be the envy of the country, really.